for years to land these sports contracts. Also overpaid for talent. Cable isn't paying their high fees anymore. Perfect storm and the hat to fire everyone. And let's see. Sydney said, true that, Vince. They spent a mint for NFL, SEC, and NBA. Exactly. That they put a lot of money in. And the crazy thing, if you ever look at the contracts for NFL, trips me out, man, the way they jockey between the different channels. You know what I mean? You still got your Fox and CBS pretty much on Sundays, but that evening spot, you know what I mean? You got your Sunday night football, you got your Monday night football, you got your Thursday night football. But it's jockeying for position. And I believe the ABC and ESPN, they're owned by the same parent company, so they don't really mind. They just, the ABC/ESPN broadcast was a simultaneous thing going on at one point. But you know what I mean? That whole spectrum of ABC Monday Night Football went for a long time, man. And it's crazy, man. It's a lot of jockeying, like I said, to get those contracts, man. To get those contracts for those games. Let's see. James said NBC Sports went down when OJ got locked up. He used to be on the sideline. Losing the NBA didn't help as well. That's true. I forgot about NBA being on NBC. You're right. It went to the whole ABC thing. You're right. That's definitely crazy, man. NBC Sports just ain't been right, man, at all. NBC Sports, I can't name anything significant outside of the Olympics on NBC Sports. NBC Sports, maybe every now and then, maybe they have a college game on Saturday. I don't remember hockey. I don't remember any NASCAR races. I can't name anything significant on NBC Sports outside of the Olympics, man. Maybe they got some PGA bowling championship or something. You know what I mean? Oh, maybe Wimbledon's on NBC at the most, but I think I see them more on CBS, ESPN. I don't know. Absolutely crazy, man. Cindy said, on ABC, Monday Night Football had the best game of the week. Now that game goes to NBC on Sunday nights. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it, man. That's all they got. They got that Sunday night game on NBC. That's crazy, man. It's like, it's crazy, man. The money thing. Money talks. BS walks. You know what I mean? So if you can actually put that money up, then you pretty much are gonna win. So that's what happens when it comes to sports, man. Yeah. Sydney said, yeah, Sunday night football's on NBC. Yeah. I mean, outside of that, I knew that one, but outside of that, it's not a whole lot, man. Outside of that on NBC, outside the Olympics, man. It's like, what? What's left? I don't know. I don't know, man. All right, back. What's up, my man D walking up in here, man. De Leon, another ex-squad affiliate. So we spoke about the banner, racism is as American as baseball. I mean, let's break it down here, man. Frucon said, yeah, I do know ESPN is owned by ABC. Yeah, I know that. I was talking about NBC and the lack of, but ESPN and ABC basically have been coinciding with their simulcast on NBA. So I do know that. When it comes to that statement about racism is as American as baseball, really, let's break this down. People don't understand it. We understand it, especially being the oppressed. The oppressors are those who cause the racism or are the instigators of the racist institution do not understand it when you say it's as American as baseball. So they're saying racism is an American pastime. Racism is a normal American thing. For me to state this, me to even get into discussion, people probably say, "Oh, he's unpatriotic. Oh my God, here he goes with the race thing." It's hard for you to understand when you're in a position of the majority, or when you come from a position of the oppressor. When you come from this position, when you come from that end, when you come from that position and able to keep your foot on our neck, you will never understand. You don't understand what it means to go to school and have history where the history is not my history. And what I mean by that is, okay, you and your Christopher Columbus, or you and your pilgrims, in quotation, landing on America and celebrating with the indigenous people, the Indians, and discovering Thanksgiving and all the other crazy stuff that's been fed to us. It's hard for you to understand that history that you have created and that you have tried to feed to us. We know it's a lot bigger. We know that it's a lot more history. That we know there's an untold story. We know there's an untold history. We know that there's facts being left off. We know that there's truths that are being left out. So that's an important part of that statement of racism being as American as baseball and apple pie. There's more to it. The policies that are in effect, the daily interactions, your position of not even understanding when we bring up police brutality, and you're always on the defensive. No one said anything about, every police officer is evil, every police officer is bad. Because no, we got brothers, sisters, uncles, sisters, mothers who are police officers, so we understand that. But what we want to say is the officer is an enforcer of the law. So the law is created and handed down by your congressional or judicial. I'm sorry. The executive, not executive. What is that? I forgot the name of there. Damn, you got executive. You got your judicial is the court system. Executive is the presidential system. I forgot the congressional. What you call it? Anyway, they're armed. They're armed. So when they actually create these laws, the legislative branch. There you go. When they create these legislations and it's enforced by the judicial system, which is the court system and the police, then you don't understand the systems that are put in place where these laws are created by these senators who were voted in by most likely the majority, who may not have the interest of the people. When these bills are put in place, many examples of unfair bills or laws that are in place that are not equal, such as a lot of the drug laws and bills that are in place. Another example, I'm trying to not to get so deep, but let's think about the cocaine versus crack cocaine. You can have way more cocaine and get less time than you do by being found or caught with a rocked up version of the cocaine in the form of a crystallized crack rock. But yet you're serving way more time because it was found in certain neighborhoods. I'm getting deep on y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, that's what I'm saying. When I say racism, that's racism from a systematic area. That's racism coming from a overhead view, coming from a top down view. So now you got that these laws created, and then you got somebody that has to enforce these laws. You got the judicial system, which is the court system, which sees nothing but black men all day, every day, all the time. The jails filled up with black men based upon some of these crazy laws that are in place. Some people innocent and being locked up. Then you got these policemen who, first off, in this country we have preconceived stereotypes already as it is. It doesn't have to be a policeman. It can be just a lady walking down the street who sees a group of young black teenagers walking down with a hoodie on. So now you think that they're a gang or something dangerous to you. You have that situation. So stereotypes happen all the time. You have media which perpetuates these stereotypes. You've got systems in place, people not being able to get certain things like mortgages. You have these lending organizations, these banks who refuse to give people loans based upon their colors. You got jobs that won't hire certain people based upon their color. It's so much that you don't understand the system of racism. You don't understand the system of racism, what we got going on here, because this system is not something that was, you're standing on top of the system, you're not under the system. So when you're under the system, when you're in here and you're being faced with it, when somebody's standing over top of you and pissing down on you and telling you it's rain, you don't understand. You can't understand. So with that statement saying that racism is as American as baseball and apple pie, it was a true statement. It was a damn true statement because it happens all day, every day. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense for you to always feel that here they go with the race card. Here they go again. Racism this, racism that. Because you never cleared up any of that. You perpetuate it daily and you don't even know it. You don't understand it. You can't understand it. It goes beyond you. This damn wall, this president that is put in place. And you don't understand. You are mad at the statement that Jemele Hill made about Trump getting his rise to fame and getting in office because of the support of the white supremacists. You just saw it. You just saw a couple weeks ago, a month ago, in Charlottesville, when they had their protests and when it went awry and when we had everything, all hell broke loose. And you had my man David Duke, known leader of the KKK, make his statement about Trump, about the support of Trump, about how Trump has a back. Even if Trump says it didn't have his back, it don't matter what he says. It matters what he does. Let that sink in. It don't matter what he says. It matters what he does. It matters his actions. It matters about this fucking wall that he just keeps going on and on about putting up around this country. Damn, where did my show go? My show went south here, but I can't help it. I couldn't hit this area without truth. I couldn't hit this area without going and giving you a whole painting, a whole painted picture about it. You got to understand it. You got to understand the whole gamut. You got to have the left, the right, the up, and the down to understand it. You can't just go off of headlines. You can't just go and go off emotion. So now you want to know, what can you do at this point in time? What is it that you can do at this point in time? I'm white and I'm not racist. You might not be You might not be racist in your heart or in your head.